Good evening, ma'am. Myself MS Babu. Now I'm going to take the class of grade 10 of the topic quadratic equations. First of all, what is a quadratic expression? Quadratic expression. A second degree expression is called as a quadratic expression. The standard form of a quadratic expression is ax square plus bx plus c, where a not equal to 0. And the quadratic expression is going to be denoted as the p of x. So p of x equal to ax square plus bx plus c is called as a quadratic expression. And the quadratic expression contains the zeros, and which contains two zeros, which are minus b plus or minus root over b square minus 4ac by 2a, which are the zeros of a quadratic expression. Now, the quadratic equation. What is quadratic equation? A second degree equation is called as a quadratic equation. A second degree equation or an equation with the degree 2 is called as a quadratic equation. The standard form of a quadratic equation is ax square plus bx plus c equal to 0, where a not equal to 0. The general form or the standard form of a quadratic equation is ax square plus bx plus c equal to 0, where a not equal to 0 and a comma b comma c are real numbers. Now, the types of equations. In this quadratic equation, if the x square coefficient equal to 1, nothing but if a equal to 1, then the equation of the form x square plus bx plus c equal to 0 is called monic quadratic equation. What is called? Monic quadratic equation. And if x square coefficient is 0, which means if a equal to 0, then the equation of the form bx plus c equal to 0 is called linear equation. If a equal to 0, then bx plus c equal to 0 is called as a linear equation. And the next one is, if x coefficient equal to 0. The third point is, if x is equal to, x coefficient means b equal to 0, then ax square plus c equal to 0 is called pure quadratic equation. What is called? Pure quadratic equation. If b equal to 0, then ax square plus c equal to 0 is called as pure quadratic equation. So in the equation, if the constant value equal to 0, if c equal to 0, then the equation of the form ax square plus bx is equal to 0 is called unaffected equation. Unaffected quadratic equation. So these are the some types of equations. I can repeat. In this quadratic equation, if x square coefficient is 1, then the equation of the form x square plus bx plus c equal to 0 is called as monic quadratic equation. If x square coefficient, that is a equal to 0, then the equation of the form bx plus c equal to 0 is called as a linear equation. If x coefficient b equal to 0, then the equation of the form ax square plus c equal to 0 is called as pure quadratic equation. If the constant value c equal to 0, then the equation of the form ax square plus bx equal to 0 is called as an affected equation. Next, what is the root of a quadratic equation? The root of an equation. Root of a quadratic equation. The real number alpha, is said to be a root of equation, root of quadratic equation if a alpha square plus b alpha plus c equal to 0. So a real number alpha is said to be root of an equation whenever a alpha square plus b alpha plus c equal to 0, which means alpha must be satisfy the equation. Then we can say it is called as an equation root. If you take an example, if x square plus 2x plus 1 equal to 0, if you put x equal to, if you take an example, x square plus 2x plus 1 equal to 0, or x square plus 2x plus 1 equal to 0, here you can put x equal to minus 1. Put x equal to minus 1, then we get minus 1 whole square plus 2 into minus 1 plus 1. I'm taking the left hand side. Then we get 1 minus 2 plus 1, then 2 minus 2 is equal to 0, which is equal to RHS. Whenever x equal to minus 1, if substitute in the left hand side, we are getting the right hand side. Means x equal to minus 1 satisfies this quadratic equation. So x equal to minus 1 is called as a root of a quadratic equation. Then there are two methods to find out the roots of a given quadratic equation. And the quadratic equation ax square plus bx plus c equal to 0 contains at most two roots. Now the methods to find out the roots of a quadratic equation, the first one is factorization method. What is the first one? Factorization method. So what is a factorization method? In this method, the roots of a quadratic equation ax square plus bx plus c equal to 0, where a not equal to 0. To find out the roots of this quadratic equation by the method of factorization, there exist two real numbers p comma q. There exist two real numbers p comma q such that the sum of p comma q is equal to b and p into q equal to ac. The roots of this quadratic equation, there exist two real numbers p comma q such that sum of two p comma q is equal to middle term b, that means x coefficient, and the p into q equal to the product of x square coefficient into c. So is called as the factorization method. Now let me check it one example. How to find out the roots of a given quadratic equation by the method of factorization. Now if you take x square plus 5x plus 6 equal to 0, which is a quadratic equation, and it contains two roots because the degree of this equation is equal to 2. Now observe the middle term. The middle term is 5x. So there exist two terms which satisfies the sum of those two terms equal to middle term, that is 5x, and the product of those coefficients is equal to the constant is 6. I can repeat. There exist two terms whose sum is middle term and whose product of coefficient is equal to constant. So 5x means we can write as 3x plus 2x, and the coefficient of these two terms is 3 into 2, which gives product. So these two terms are satisfying both sum and product at a time. Now we can write this middle term 5x as 3x plus 2x and the constant plus 6 equal to 0. Now we have 4 terms in this. Now you can take the common from the first 2 terms, which is x is common. On taking x common, we have x plus 3, and from the remaining 2 terms, if you take common 2, we have x plus 3 as a remainder is equal to 0. Again, in this expression, x plus 3 is a common term. On taking x plus 3, we have x remainder here plus 2 remainder is equal to 0. Whenever the product of 2 roots equal to 0, the first root equal to 0 or second root equal to 0, from this we get x equal to minus 3 or x equal to minus 2. So, minus 3 comma minus 2 are the roots of a given quadratic equation. So, this is the way to find out the roots of a given equation by factorization method, nothing but splitting the middle term. So, there is one more method to find out the roots of a given equation is completing square method. Which method? Completing square. See, in that method also we can find out the roots of a given quadratic equation. But what is an idea behind this completing square method? So, if you take a quadratic equation, x square plus 7x plus 10 equal to 0. So, the reason behind in this completing square is we have to adjust the terms of the left hand side of the given equation. It becomes a completing square. Okay. Now, if you take a quadratic equation x square plus 7x plus 10 equal to 0, to solve this equation by the method of completing square, we should follow some steps here. The first one, we should observe the x square coefficient. If x square having any coefficient, we should divide entire equation with the same coefficient value. That is the first step. And the second step is transfer the constant from LHS to RHS. And after that, the LHS we have to adjust into completing square to find out the roots of the equation. But in this equation, x square having coefficient is 1. So if you divide entire equation with 1, we get same equation. That is the first step. Now the second one is transpose the constant to the right hand side. It becomes minus 10. Then x square plus 7x equal minus 10. Now we can write this 7x as 2 into x into 7 by 2. I am going to adjust the 7x as 2 into x into 7 by 2, that is equal to minus 10. Now this is in the form of x square means a square plus 2ab form. We require b square term. But in place of b we have 7 by 2. So add b square term on both sides. Add 7 by 2 whole square on both sides. Then we get x square plus 2x into x into 7 by 2 plus 7 by 2 whole square is equal to minus 10 plus 7 by 2 whole square. Okay. Now, the left hand side you should observe here, which in the form of a square plus 2ab plus b square, then a plus b whole square, then x plus 7 by 2 whole square is equal to, on simplifying the right side value, 7 by 2 whole square means 49 by 4. Now if you take the LCM of the right hand side, now coming to simplifying, on simplifying the right hand side, then we get x plus 7 by 2 whole square is equal to minus 40 plus 49 whole by 4, that equal to 49 minus 49 by 4. So x plus 7 by 2 whole square equal to 9 by 4. On taking square root on both sides, we got x plus 7 by 2 equal to plus or minus 3 by 2. Now the left hand side we have plus 7 by 2 transpose to right side, it becomes minus 7 by 2. Then x equal to minus 7 by 2 plus or minus 3 by 2. On taking LCM we have minus 7 plus or minus 3, that equal to minus 7 plus 3 by 2 whole by 2 or minus 7 minus 3 whole by 2. Minus 7 plus 3, minus 4 by 2 means minus 2, or minus 10 by 2 means minus 5. So x is equal to minus 2 or minus 5 are the roots of the given quadratic equation by the method of completing square. Okay. Next one, the discriminant of a quadratic equation. What is maybe discriminant? Discriminant of quadratic equation ax square plus bx plus c equal to 0. B square minus 4ac is called as discriminant of quadratic equation ax square plus bx plus c equal to 0. What is discriminant? B square minus 4ac equal to 0 is called the discriminant of a quadratic equation ax square plus bx plus c equal to 0. Now, this discriminant can be denoted by delta or capital D. So, delta equal to b square minus 4ac is called as the discriminant of a quadratic equation. So, now the quadratic equation having two roots, those roots may be real or complex roots. It depends upon the discriminant value. So, the first case, if delta value is greater than 0, then the roots are real and different. So those roots are x equal to minus b plus root over b square minus 4ac by 2a, and the under root is minus b minus root over b square minus 4ac by 2a. So whenever the delta value greater than 0, then the roots are minus b plus root over b square minus 4ac by 2a, minus b minus root over b square minus 4ac by 2a, and the graph of a ax square plus bx plus c equal to 0 represents parabola. Now, if you take the first case, whenever delta is greater than 0, we have two distinct roots which are real roots. Then the graphical representation of the roots are, if you take x-axis and y-axis, the parabola intersect the x-axis at two different points, then those are called as roots alpha and beta. So these are three cases. Whenever the parabola intersect on x-axis, then the roots will be existing. And the third case, the parabola intersect a negative x-axis. This is the case whenever delta greater than 0. Now the second case, if delta is equal to 0, then the roots are real and equal. If delta equal to 0, that means b square minus 4ac equal to 0, then the roots are real and equal, which are minus b by 2a comma minus b by 2a. So these are the roots of a given quadratic equation whenever delta equal to 0. So delta equal to 0 means we are getting equal roots. Then the parabola touches the x-axis at only one point. Then we have two roots which are equal roots. That means here alpha equal to beta. This is the delta equal to 0. The last case is whenever delta less than 0, the roots are complex roots or imaginary roots. Third case is delta less than 0. The roots are complex roots. That means imaginary roots. So what is complex roots means here, which are in the form of a plus ib. Whenever delta less than 0, the given quadratic equation has no real roots, which contains complex roots. So then the parabola does not touches the x-axis anywhere. Either touches or intersect. That means whenever delta less than 0, the parabola does not touch its x-axis anywhere, then the complex roots or immunal roots will be existing for the given quadratic equation. Thank you so much.